what's the advantage? Because I did have one guy message me privately, and I felt really bad for him because he nearly fell for it. They were basically they wanted to send him a prize. He was just about to pay the shipping, and he thought it might be worth messaging me elsewhere to check. Please subscribe. 100k followers now, mate. How things have changed. I know. I can't believe it myself, to be honest with you. And I also can't believe that 7 years later, I'm still doing what I started doing because I was bored. Don't miss DaveCon 2025. For Davids, and Dave enthusiasts, try the new Dave simulator now.
All right, Dave.
Oh, dear me. 137 likes and counting, and there's 190 people watching. Now, I'm no mathologist, but that doesn't sound right to me. I remember when Creaky was a wee little channel. Do you know the figure that there's two figures that stick in my head. One of them is an obvious figure, is 10k. But the first figure that sticks in my mind is passing 4,000 subscribers.
4,000?
Yeah.
That's really weirdly specific.
I know, and I don't know why, but I can remember doing a video and making a joke that was something along the lines of, you'll have to call me Mr. Creaky now. I'm internet famous now. I've got 4,000 subscribers. Yeah. And I thought that was such a huge number.
Yeah. Well, I remember when my channel hit 1,000 being like, that's the Grand Theatre.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just a weird, and it's such a small number.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to get to that initial 1,000, but it's such a small number. But at the time, I was like, oh, I could, if every subscriber came to Swansea, they'd fill the Grand Theatre.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool way of putting the numbers into.
I know, it's nuts. I would love to, I don't think there's any way of even finding this out. But so obviously when I created the channel, you know, I subscribed to it with all my other Gmail accounts. I asked you to subscribe to it, Mammy, you know, Nanny and Grandpa, you know, just so that there was a number there. And then I started making the videos and they would get like 3 views, 7 views, 15 views. And if one got like 25 views, I was like, 25? Yeah. I haven't got 25 subscribers.
Yeah.
But then I wonder who was the very first person who clicked the subscribe button just because they liked my content. They were a legitimate subscriber. They had no idea who I was, and they hit the subscribe button because
they
liked what I did.
I want to say, I'm not saying he was the first, but you know who I think said he was one of the like first 20?
Yeah.
Which was, I think, mad, was C. Andrew Nelson.
Yeah.
If you remember, he said when he found you, you had like 20 subscribers.
Yeah, because Andrew was in
Star Wars.
Yeah. C. Andrew Nelson was one of the actors who does the voice of Darth Vader in video games. He's Darth Vader at Comic-Con conventions.
Yeah.
When they did the additional scenes into the original 3 Star Wars, he was the actor that played Star Wars. Star Wars. He was the actor that played Darth Vader, and I had him on and interviewed him, and it was such a cool conversation. So David Mercer said he found me thanks to Simon Dan. Yeah, that's a lot of people did, and that's the other number that sticks in my mind is passing 10,000 because I was on holiday in Spain. It was the day I was flying back. I did an episode of Tinfoil Tuesday for Dan. It was my first appearance on his channel. When I took off, I think I had like 8,500 subscribers. And when I landed in Bristol, I had like 14k, I want to say.
Something like that. Because I remember we knew you were about to cross 10k, but you were about to get on the plane. So you were worried you weren't going to get the screenshot. So I was in the house, wherever I was at the time, watching your social blade, just in case you didn't, just in case you'd already taken off. So that when it hit 10k, I screenshotted it. So
it's interesting though to me. So the people in the side chat now, and I know this is a tiny sort of cross section of my subscriber base, but can you remember how many subs I had when you subscribed to me? Thank you to Harry Think Before for a €10 super chat. Stand and deliver, thanks. So MS Shedler 60k, Daniel 100k, Magical
around 8k,
Catgirl 8k,
25.
40k 25. 8,000 says Bearded Logic. Another one 80k. Yeah, it's always interesting to me because I'm sure.
Sorry, is that 100 or so subscribers, Gary IOW? Has he been around that long?
Gary IOW has been around
since
forever. So Padge found me during the lager lurgy.
Yeah. I would imagine quite a few people.
Yeah. My channel doubled in size during 2020.
Yeah.
That's the biggest year I've had for obvious reasons.
For a lot of content creators.
Oh God, yeah,
everyone was
absolutely.
in the house. No one had anything else to do.
100%. I found Creaky watching Toon and FTFE a while. The channel just came up on my homepage. Yeah, it's because again, I always wonder. So there's a thing in the YouTube Studio page where you can look at your subscribers if nobody had ever unsubscribed. Yeah, I think I've lost like 30 or 40,000 subscribers over the history of the channel. The lurk register. So I used to do this thing on live. I had music and everything. It was a whole thing. And I used to go on to, so see on the YouTube page over there, Carl. So I used to go in there and I used to like roll call the names in there.
That's fun.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you for the comment, Daniel, because you've brought me back to my point. I'm sure, well, I know this for a fact. It has, well, I don't know it for a fact, but I think it has to be a fact. What is the lifespan of my channel for a subscriber? So somebody finds me today, they click the subscribe button and they binge watch a load of my videos, and then they religiously watch every piece of content I publish on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they watch live on a Tuesday night. How long does it take before they get to the point where they go, this guy is doing my Swede and I'm unsubscribing and I can't listen to him anymore? I wonder if there's a shelf life.
There's probably like an average shelf life for a viewer, because I know I go through phases of who I watch, and you probably do too.
Oh yeah, I do. 100%.
So like, there might be a couple of months where someone is just binging everything you do, and then 6 months later they're like, do you know I haven't watched a Creaky video in months?
Yeah.
And like, because I do it.
Yeah, oh, I do as well. Yeah. It's like there's only 2 channels that I watch every single piece of content they put out, and that's Matt Armstrong and the Stradman. They're both automotive YouTubers. They have both become incredibly successful based on the work they've put into their YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Both very down-to-earth guys, very humble. They are both multimillionaires, and it's all thanks to YouTube. But they're very, very grounded, very down to earth. Yeah. Even though they drive in Lamborghinis and Rolls Royce, it doesn't feel like they're rubbing your nose in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they're saying, look how successful I am.
And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, the only thing I watch religiously is Kill Tony, who has the world's biggest ego, is the most arrogant person in the world, and on paper I should despise him, but he does a good show. Kill Tony is fantastic.
Yeah. How are you doing, Beardo? Nice to see you, pal. You're usually live in the afternoon, aren't you? Are you slacking like me, are you? Because it's starting to feel a bit like the only reason I went live today is because I couldn't be asked to make a video tonight, and because last
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But there we are. Beardo is another Welsh creator.
Oh, okay.
He does debunks on ghost hunters and that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's a cool channel it is. But yeah, there's only 2 channels that I watch religiously, and that's Matt Armstrong and the Stradman. And then there's others I dip in and out of then, like Shmee. Yeah, he's another automotive YouTuber. I'll dip in and out of him. Again, Tim.
You are?
Not like that. Very nice guy, but I just find him a bit grating. Yeah. Remember I showed you a clip before? He's the one that always goes, bye. As if he's doing an impression of a sheep.
Yeah, you did show me him before.
But, yeah, Monkey Bones knows the score. Monkey Bones knows who Shmee is, but yeah, I'll go for like months and months and months. I won't watch him, and then I'll watch a load of his content. But also, YouTube has got this habit of just stopping showing your videos to your subscribers, and even unsubscribing people in some case. The number of comments I've had from people who've said, oh yeah, it's I haven't been subscribed to for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And it was nothing they did. It was
YouTube do clear outs, don't they?
It
must be like if their accounts aren't particularly active.
Yeah, they do. So they will do a clear up, because every so often you'll get up and it's like, oh shit, how have I lost 400 subscribers while I was sleeping.
Dead accounts.
But it's dead accounts that have not been and I don't just mean accounts that haven't interacted with your channel. They're looking for inactive accounts. In other words,
you're not watching it.
Scam accounts like the ones that plague the comment section under most YouTubers' videos. Oh, hi, it's me, Creaky. Just click my WhatsApp link. And it always baffles me. If I got a message, if I got a comment like that on the Stradman's channel on Matt Armstead, straight away I would know it wasn't from them. Yeah. Because they got millions of subscribers. There's like 15,000 comments on the video.
It's the same as...
How was he taking time out to send me a message asking me to what? It doesn't happen.
Let me try and find it. I think the account got deleted, but I got... it's gone now. I had the absolute honor of being messaged by Elton John recently.
I've been messaged by Teddy Swims, but he started his message off, "Hello, my dear."
Here we go. Hello, dear.
Yeah.
Thanks for the comment. Welcome to my private handle. I finally made a decision to text with a humble and devoted fan. What's your name and where are you from? And I said, "Oh my God, Elton, is that you?" I said, "Yes. I've always tried to reach out to a devoted fan who is honest and diligent, but I can't do that with my official account because it's been handled by my management."
You just know that that's not an English-speaking person.
100%, yeah.
And they've put this through like ChatGPT or Google Translate or...
Yeah, but yeah, I just kept messing with them and I got bored very quickly because they're clearly just spam messages.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, the real Creaky 1234 isn't actually you. No, it's not. But can you see my thinking behind it? Why would I be asking you to send me a message on Telegram when you're literally talking to me in the comment section under my video? What's the advantage? Because I did have one guy message me privately and I felt really bad for him because he nearly fell for it. They were basically they wanted to send him a prize.
Yeah.
And he was just about to pay the shipping. And he thought it might be worth messaging me elsewhere to check. And if he hadn't, he would have paid. I think it wasn't a huge amount of money. It was like, I don't know, $30 for shipping or something. But if they do that to 10 people a day, people do and have fallen for it.
It's a whole industry.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely bonkers the amount of money. Like, you think, some of them aren't, going, give me £10,000. Some of them are asking 60 people for a tenner. So and it accumulates, and there's teams of these people, and they are making millions.
I know. Another that reminds me, another channel that I dip in and out of is Pierogi. He's a scam beta. I remember his name, but not what his chant. Scammer Payback. Thank you, Gary IOW. Hey, at this rate, mate, I'll be employing you as a personal assistant now. You're remembering on my behalf. And it's usually my wife that gets to do that. So thank you, pal. But yeah, Scammer Payback. That's another. And he just twists them up like a pretzel. It's brilliant. It is.
Is he the guy who he'll like hack into the CCTV and stuff? And tell them what they're currently doing?
Yeah. He did one in a video I watched last week, and he was monitoring this call center. He stopped the scam while it was actually happening. And what they do, they just take over your they have you to log into your bank. They take over your PC, but then they transmit back a fake version of your screen, and they say, "Look, we've just sent you $10,000 by my boss is freaky. He's going to kill me. I'm going to lose my job. Please go to Target and buy $10,000 worth of Netflix vouchers."
Yeah.
And people thought,
it's always gift cards and stuff.
I can't even think of why somebody would fall for that.
I know.
However, if somebody was like my mother, in her late 70s, he might fall for it.
Well, yeah, you got to think, how many times have you had a text and it's like a Royal Mail link?
Yeah.
And then you're like, have you ordered anything off Royal Mail? Yeah. And she's like, no.
Well, it's a scam.
Well, it's a scam then, yeah. But,
exactly.
I think people of a certain age aren't switched on to realize, and they see something like Royal Mail or Amazon or whatever. Yeah. And they'll go, it must be real because I use those things.
Because when, every so often your phone will ring, and if you're feeling brave, it says private number or number, and you answer it, and it'll be like, "Hello there, it's Mary from Pick a Bank." .com. Could I just check that I'm speaking to the account holder? Is your name XYZ? Well, you tell me.
Yeah.
You rung me.
Yeah.
I'm not confirming my identity when you rung me.
Yeah.
Oh, but then we can't speak to you about your account. That's fine. I'll ring back myself.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the call gets disconnected.
Yeah. And I know Lloyd's Bank anyway, they'll send out, they send emails like no one from the bank will ever contact you requesting your bank details for any reason, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. But people do fall for it.
I bet you a lot of people, more than you think, lose a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
To those scammers.
100%. 100%. But to me, though, it's like, haven't they got any sort of conscience?
No, they haven't.
Do you know what I mean? If they did that to my parents, they could potentially clear out their bank accounts and then they're screwed for the rest of their life because they can't get it back.
Yeah, but you got to think there's these. Do you remember that TV show? I can't remember what it was on. I think it was called like Cowboy Builders or something like that. And
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a watchdog thing, and they still do it where they catch out dodgy tradesmen. And you know, there's people like window fitters who their whole thing is they target elderly people.
Yeah,
there might be a crack in Doris's left front window, and suddenly now she needs all new windows all over the house, double glazing, the best, because they just take advantage of people who don't know any different.
Yeah, exactly. Dyslexia Jones, my bank is good. They point to the point they're overcautious, but I'm really, so when I was in America the first time, we were at a Wawa filling station and I filled the car up with gas, went in to pay. My card wouldn't work. Oh, yeah, sorry, I got another one. So I pulled my credit card out. Doop. Up. So declined as well. And I was like, I haven't got any money on me. I said, can you give me 2 seconds? I've just got some cash in the car. So I went back out to the car. And as I was walking out to the filling station, my phone rang. It was the bank. We've frozen all your cards because there's suspicious activity. And I said, would that suspicious activity be that I'm from Wales and my card is being used regularly in New Jersey by any chance?
Yeah.
And she went, so you're on holiday?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. And they unlocked the cards and I paid. But I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And another time it's happened. I was in B&Q, which is the UK equivalent of Home Depot. I was trying to pay for something and same thing happened again. My car got declined. I was like, what the hell? I know I'm skint, but I'm sure I got enough money to pay for a packet of tomato seeds. And I had to ring the bank and somebody had cloned my card and they were trying to buy bonsai trees from an American website at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's good, but
the banks. Well, again, I know we've already spoken about like going traveling or whatever. Remember when we were moving all the money around?
When you were
when I was saving to go to Thailand, I made him hold on to the money so I couldn't accidentally spend it. So then in the days leading up to it, we were transferring that money. And because it was like a couple of £1,000 going this, there, and between like 3 accounts, me and my brother, that within 5 minutes of each other, bank was on the phone, everything locked down. It was the fraud team. And then I said, we're moving money around because I'm going traveling for the next blah, 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 blah. They ask you some questions, which feels like friendly conversation, but they're probably trying to catch you out. But, you know, it's annoying, but it's definitely good.
Yeah. And we've all got a tendency, haven't we, to complain and win.